Hey there guys, and welcome back to another session of your Innovators Launchpad course. So this time around we are gonna try something entirely new. We are going to learn how to make our own Android apps using a tool called MIT App Inventor. So it's a very interesting piece of software that you can use to create your own Android apps. It's very easy to use. Again, it's like a block-based drag and drop programming system. We're going to talk about the App Inventor itself first, and then we are going to learn, we are basically going to create our very first app. So we will basically create a doodling app. It will be an app, in which you will be able to just use your finger and draw around on the screen, and then you will be able to, change the colors, whatever color you want, you'll be able to select, and you can draw on the screen, and we'll add a couple of buttons. So if you want to like clear the screen entirely, you will be able to do that also. But first we will talk about what MIT App Inventor is, what are the different parts in that tool, and then we will move on to making the app itself. So without wasting any more time, let's start. So as you can see, I've logged on. I'm basically on the App Inventor website. So just go to appinventor.mit.edu, or you can just Google MIT App Inventor, and this will be the first link that you will find. And to start with, you just have to click on create apps, and then you will basically have to log in using your Gmail account. So I'm sure most of you already must have your Gmail account. If you don't have, you can create it. It's very easy to do. So I've logged in with my account, and this is like the first screen that you are welcomed with. I'll just close this right now, and from here you just have to click on start new project, and then you can enter the project name. So I'll just type in doodling app and click OK, and my project is now created. So you can see it basically opens up a kind of like a blank project window. So let's first talk about the different sections that we have on the website itself. So the first thing is we have a user interface over here. So user interface, so basically these are in this area, like user interface, layout, media. These are all the things that attributes that you will need while designing your app. So to break it down, to break down any app, there are basically two things. One is the front end, which is basically the user interface, the way the app looks, and the other one is the back end, which is basically the core functionality or the programming part of the app itself. So right now what we are seeing is the area where we can design the app, where we can create a user interface for our app. If we want to add like buttons, check boxes, if we want to add any images or stuff like that, we can just use this section. We have option for different things also, like sensors. So phones have inbuilt sensors in them. If we want to use any of those inbuilt sensors of phone, we can do that also. And you basically have a tons of options. If you want to create like a Bluetooth enabled app, you can do that also. Yeah, so tons of stuff, tons of possibilities over here to create your own apps. And this is basically the screen kind of a thing. So this is where you will just drag and drop these elements. So like if I want to add a button to my app, so I'll just drag this button and drop it on my screen. And by default, everything is aligned to the left of the screen. You can change that. So in order to change that, click on the screen one component over here, and then you have this align horizontal setting. Over here, just select center. So you can see that the button is now in the center of the screen, right? So if you just want to delete it, just select the button and click on delete under components, and this will just basically delete any element that you might have added by mistake. And yeah, so this is like how you can add different buttons, different labels, switch, all that good stuff. And you can change the settings of all those things from this from these settings over here. So again, if I were to add a button, you can see now button is selected over here, and I have all the button related functionality, like the background color of the button, whether the button is enabled or not, the size, the font size, like of the this text, which is text for button 1. All these things you can basically change from this area over here. Now again, like I told you, two parts of the app. The first is the user interface, and this is here, this is how you can create your interface, and the second part is basically the blocks, or the programming part of the app. So you can switch to designer and blocks from these two buttons. When I click on blocks, this will basically switch me to the programming side of things. So I have all the a ton of blocks over here. We are not going to discuss each and every block because there are too many blocks to do that. So a lot of options we have over here, like math, text, colors, dictionaries, lists, and then this control section with if, else, and all those things. So tons of option. When we'll create the app, when we'll program our app, we will talk about some of these blocks in a little more detail. Alright, so now let's switch back to the designer part of the app and start designing our app now. So I'll click on designer. And so what we need to do is we basically are going to create, like we discussed, a doodling app. So the first thing that we need is we basically need an area where you can actually draw whatever it is that you want to draw. So what I'll do is I'll go to this drawing and animation section, and I'll drag a canvas onto the screen itself. Okay, so before that, so I think a doodling app, it will be better if we switch our screen from a portrait to a landscape mode. So to do that, so basically a portrait is like the vertical screen and the landscape is the horizontal one. So I'll go to screen 1, and what I'll do is over here you see this option, screen orientation. So in screen orientation, I'll select landscape. So this will basically give us a much more bigger area to draw and play around with. So yeah, so I have changed the screen orientation to landscape now, and we have already added a canvas on our screen. Now what I'll do is I'll basically change the size of this canvas. So I'll set its width to 100%. So this will basically occupy the entire width of the screen. And height, let's say I'll set it to something like 75%. Alright, so height is set to 75% and the width is set to 100%. And I'll do one more thing. So there is this title tab visible, like screen 1 written. I'll hide that also. So to do that, you just have to click on this screen 1 component and then scroll down, and you have this checkbox over here which says title visible. So I'm just going to uncheck it because I don't want the title to be visible, and you can see that it has basically disappeared from the top. Alright, so we have added the canvas and we have hidden away the title, and we have already changed the screen orientation to landscape. Now let's add a couple of buttons. So we will basically, what we'll do is we'll add 4 buttons, 3 for color. So we'll just pre-program those buttons to a specific color, and 1 button we will add if you want to clear the entire screen itself. Okay, so we'll go to user interface, and then what I'll do is I'll add a button. So this is button 1. Now I'll try to add another button. Now I want them to appear side by side, but you can see that I actually can't do that. I'm only able to place them in vertical orientation. Now how do I fix that? How do I change that? So I'll first delete both of these buttons. Alright, what I need to do is I need to create a layout. So apps by default in MIT App Inventor, they follow a vertical layout, but in this case we want a horizontal layout. So I'll select layout, and I'll drag a horizontal arrangement in this area. So I've added a horizontal arrangement. I can change its width. I'll set it to 100%. Okay, and height, what I'll do is so the height of canvas was to 75%. This horizontal arrangement height, I'll set it to the remaining, which is 25%. So I've changed the height and the width of my horizontal arrangement now. Now what I need to do is, now I will be able to, you know, basically place multiple buttons horizontally or side by side each other. So let's see it now. So I go to user interface, select button, and this is my first button. You can see now second button. Now I'm able to, you know, place them horizontally. And basically what I'll do is I'll put 4 buttons, 3 for color and 1 to clear the entire screen. And now I can, you know, do change the color, the text and everything. So button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4. What you can also do is you can actually rename these components over here. So this will be useful especially when you are, you know, actually creating the program. So you will see it later on in further into this video. So let's say I'll have 3 colors. Let's say the first one will be black color. Second one will be, let's say, red color. And then let's say blue color. And the 4th button will be to clear the screen. So I'll just write clear button over here. Alright. Now let's change the way these, you know, buttons look. So what I'll do is I'll set the background color for each one of them. So this is for black color, so I'll set the background color to black. Alright. What I'll also do is I'll change their shape to rounded, so they look you know, rounded buttons, they look better on the app. And we don't want any text over here. Alright, we don't want any text over here. And I'll also change the width of these buttons. So this let's say I'll set it to 20%. And height I can set it to, let's say, like height also I'll set it to 20% only. Sorry, it didn't change. Let me do it again. Height 20%. If you don't like it the way it looks, you know, you can always change it, and yeah, you can always change it and as per your liking, and then use it the way it feels like. Now the height and width of this button is changed. Now I'll select other button, which is for red color, and the background color I'll set it to red. Again, so height 20%, width also 20%, shape will be rounded, and I'll just remove all the text. Okay. And similarly for this also blue, so background color will be blue, height 20%, width 20%, and text I'll remove, and shape rounded. Now the 4th one. Now for 4th, basically this is a button which will have some text like clear on it, because this will be the button that we'll use to clear off the entire screen. So if you want to set any color, you can. I'll just select light gray. Height I'll set it to 20% only, width also to 20, shape will be rounded, and text I will put clear, so that whoever, you know, uses this app, they will know that okay, with this button they will be able to clear off the entire screen. Alright. Now what more I'll do is I'll actually add a little bit of spacing between all these buttons, so that, you know, they appear like further apart. Now to add spacing, we will again use a blank canvas only. So one I have put between red and black, one I'll put between red and blue, and another one I'll put between red, blue and the clear button. And I can change you know, their widths. Let's say I put it to 5%. This also I'll put it as 5%, and this also I'll set it to 5%. And what I'll do is, in horizontal arrangement, I'll basically align everything in the center. Now again, these are the parts, you know, which have a lot to do with the personal preferences, because this is the design of the app. You can design your app in any way you want to. There's no hard and fast rule that, you know, you have to make it like this only. So I think our design of our app is complete. We have added the canvas where we will be actually drawing the you know, with our fingers. We have added 4 buttons, 3 for colors, blue, red and black, black, red and blue, and 1 button to clear off the entire screen. So with this, the interface part of the app is complete. Now we need to move to the blocks part and write the program for the actual working of the app itself. So I'll click on blocks now, and this is here, like I discussed, we will actually create the program for our app. So if you go in this section which says screen 1, you can see all those components that we added, like canvas 1. So canvas 1 is this area. This canvas 1 is our main drawing area. Then these buttons, black color, red color, blue color, and clear button. Canvas 2, 3, 4 are just for spacing, so we don't need to worry too much about them. The only things we are concerned about are canvas 1 and these 4 buttons, black, red, blue, and clear. Okay, so now let's switch back to the blocks section. So I'll click on blocks over here, and now we can start with the programming part. So I'll click on canvas 1. And now the first thing that we need to basically do is we need to write the part of the program which will basically, you know, detect like where on the canvas 1 we have touched, and, you know, in how we are moving our finger, so that it can basically draw accordingly. So for that we have this block when canvas 1 dot dragged. So I'll grab this block and, you know, put this into this viewer or the workspace, and what we need to do is we basically like join all these points together. Wherever I am dragging my finger, we just need to, you know, join all of these points together. So what we need to do is we basically need to draw a line. So I'll in the canvas 1 only we have this block draw line. So I'll drag this block over here, and then I have to like put in the points. So you for a line you need 2 points, right? So basically a line, it starts from one point and goes to another point. So you need to enter the x and y coordinates of both those points. And coordinate system kind of thing we already discussed in our previous video where we created the fireball game on code.org. So we know what coordinates are. So what I need to do is, oh sorry, the block got deleted somehow. I'll just drag it again. So yeah, draw line, yeah, there it is. Okay, so our x1 and y1 will be the previous x and y points. So previous xy and the previous y point. Alright, and x2 and y2 will be the current x and the current y. Alright, so let's say like we started from a point and we dragged our finger to another point. So with this we'll be able to get the previous xy and the current xy, and we'll be able to join them together to form, you know, a line, or you know, however we basically move our finger. And the second thing that we need to do is now is we need to add functionality for our buttons. So on press of these buttons like black button, red button, or blue button, we want to change the color, right? So let's say so for that I'll go to this black color. So this is the name that is appearing, that we renamed over here. So we renamed it to black color, so that is why I see black color over here. So I'll click on black color, and the very first block when black color dot click. So when this button is clicked, what we want to do is we want to change the paint color kind of a thing. So I'll go back to canvas 1, and in canvas 1 I'll have to search for a block, this set block. All right, so set block, and from this list I can select paint color over here. So black color button, when black color button is clicked, I want to set the canvas 1 paint color to black. Okay, and similarly I can just create I can copy paste this block by right clicking and duplicate, and I can select blue color. So when blue color is clicked, I want to change the paint color to blue, and when the red color is clicked, I want to change the I want to change the red color to the paint color to red. So very simple. We have it's very easy to do. We have defined the functionality for all the 3 buttons that we are using for color change. One thing that we also need to do is we need to set a default color for the painting part. So I'll go back to designer for that. I'll select canvas 1 only, and over here you can see paint color. So by default I'll just set it to black. Okay, so if user hasn't selected also anything, it will by default start with black color only. So with this the drawing part of the app is completed, and the setting of the color part of the app is completed. Now what we need to do is we need to add functionality for our last button, which is the clear button. So when clear button dot click, I just want to erase everything on my canvas. So I'll go back to canvas 1, and over here we have this one block called canvas 1 dot clear. So this will basically, on the press of clear button, it will automatically clear the canvas. So with this, the coding part of our app is also completed. Now we need to build this app and download it onto our Android phone. So to do that, you go to build and click on provide QR code for APK. So right now it's saying the build server is currently busy, please try again in a few minutes. So this happens sometime, it's a free service, so a lot of people are using it at the same time. I'll try it once again. So right now you can see it has started compiling. Now the compilation part, guys, it can take some time. There will be points when you'll just think okay, it's not working, or it has hanged or something like that. But please be patient. It will take some time, and once the compilation is completed, it will basically give you a QR code to download that app. And you can just use your phone to scan the QR code. Some phones have a default app or a QR scanner or something. If you don't have that app already on your phone, just go to Play Store, search barcode or QR code scanner, and just download whatever the first app that pops up on your Play Store. And it's a very basic app. You just needed to scan the code so that you can download the app itself. So the compilation part is completed. It will take a couple of more seconds. So you can see the QR code has now appeared on my screen. Now all I have to do is I have to just scan it and download it, install the app, and then we'll be able to use it and play around with it easily. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've downloaded the app on my phone, Doodling app. It's showing over here. Now I'll open up the app. So this is what our app finally looks like. So we have added so you can see this blank area, the canvas, where we will be actually drawing, and then we have the black color, the red color, the blue color, and the clear button. So by default we know that black color is selected. So if I were to just start drawing anything, if I were to just write down my name, so you can see it's coming in black. If I select red right now, then I have the I can see that it's drawing in red now. And when I click clear, you can see that it clears the entire screen. And if you want something in blue, you can have it in blue, red. You can also write in the program, you can change it if you want to change the width of the line that you can see, so you can increase it or decrease it as per your liking. So with this you can see that how app looks like, and how it functions. Alright, so that was all for this video, guys. I hope you all had a good time and you were able to understand that how you can use this amazing tool to create your own Android apps. So there are plenty of things that you can do with this. There are tons of possibilities, and with this Doodling app itself, you can do a lot of experimentation. You can play around with different canvases. You can maybe add a button to save the save whatever drawing you have made on the screen, and you can change the width of the line. You can add different colors, different buttons. So tons of experimentation can be done with this, and do try different things. It's really fun to use, and I hope you guys will enjoy it, and I'll see you again next time. Want to create some more apps like the Doodle app we just made? Or maybe if you are into gaming, you would like to create your own Android games. All you have to do is just go on to our website avishkar.cc and join our coding and app dev micro degree course.